Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. I want to thank you for being with us. Inside Top Mom's murder investigation, we first learned police spend hundreds of man-hours creating a high-tech analysis of Top Mom's sleep patterns, tracking every movement based on thousands of cell calls and texts. Texting till 3 o'clock in the morning, up at 6 a.m. to go at it again. Nights spent feverishly texting in the hours and days after little Kelly goes missing. Tonight we have those police tracking charts, but now we uncover a whole new strategy by Homicide. Not only tracking cell phone and sleep patterns, but charting Top Mom's social life. Every sleepover, beer party, poker night, and one-night stand when Kelly disappeared. But why?
I think the lack of communication has put people in opposite corners when everybody has the same goal, is to find Kaylee.
Jose Baez reacted, saying that he's standing by her. He's prepared her for the possibility that this may happen and that they're ready to fight for her life.
The day I accepted responsibility for Kaylee Marie Anthony's remains, I took on a great responsibility.
I'll take this as far as I need to prove my innocence, which I guess is my point in all of this.
When you say you'll take it as far as you need to prove your innocence, what do you mean?
Serving the indictment today and the warrant for my arrest and everything else.
They believe everything that Casey says. It's like, are they blind? My last email to her, I go, you guys will go down in history as the stupidest parents in the universe.
What you're trying to do is add insult to injury. You know, I don't need to sit again when I find out that I've been videotaped. That was a cruel thing in my life that they did to me, okay, to tape me on a day that I go in there and, you know, and I'm distraught over my granddaughter and everything, and it's cruel for you to sit there and make me watch it again.
Straight out to anchor and reporter Mark Williams standing by in Orlando. What's the latest, Mark?
Nancy, yesterday, of course, we tracked Casey Anthony's cell phone and sleeping habits. Today, we get into the mind of investigators. They were tracking their movements on a handwritten calendar that they had hung in the sheriff's office. On it, their timeline, their interviews with Jesse Grund and Tony Lazaro and Amy Huizenga, and also one key date, such as June 17th and 18th, when she allegedly borrowed a shovel from a neighbor.
You know, we have those police charts. We have obtained them, and they are meticulous. We're going to show them to you better than I could do by hand. Out to Ellie Jostad, our chief editorial producer. What do we learn, and who cares about Top Mom's one-night stands, her beer parties, her poker nights? Why do we care about that?
Well, it looks like detectives were trying to figure out exactly where Casey was during the months of June and July, if Kaylee was with her, if anybody else saw Kaylee, if anybody heard her in the background during a phone conversation. They wanted to figure out where Casey Anthony was telling people Kaylee was during this time. So you see dates where she says, on this particular date, she told Amy Huizenga she was at the beach with the nanny. On another particular date, she told Cindy Anthony they were somewhere with the nanny.
And bottom line, Ellie, what do we learn? Especially, Ellie Jostad, around those key dates. The last time we can pinpoint she was seen was around June 16 after her trip to her grandfather in a rest home for Father's Day.
Right. Well, what's interesting is Casey Anthony originally told cops that the last day she saw Kaylee was on June 9th. Now, you'll remember that that date was later changed. Cindy Anthony said, you know, it wasn't the 8th, June 8th that we went to go visit Grandpa. It was actually June 15th. But investigators mark on these notes that they think that Casey Anthony came up with the June date, June 9th, because her mother initially said June 8th.
Because then they both later changed their stories when they realized the actual date of Father's Day. But by that time, Top Mom had already stopped cooperating with police, so she never told them the actual last date she saw the little girl. Let's unleash the lawyers. Eleanor Dixon, felony prosecutor, Atlanta. Paul Batista, defense attorney, author of Death's Witness in New York. Peter Odom, veteran defense attorney, Atlanta. Eleanor Dixon, why does the state care about every night Tot Mom shacked up with a different guy. Who cares? What's the relevance?
The relevance is finding where Kaylee is and when she was with her mom, Casey, because those people can say, hey, Kaylee wasn't spending the night with us that night. Casey wasn't taking her to the party, so it shows where Kaylee was or wasn't.
Do you believe Peter Odom? They will learn just how long chloroform had been the babysitter?
Well, their primary purpose, or the stated purpose they're going to tell you, is that they want to prove the circumstances of the child's death, maybe the chloroform, but their real purpose is to smear her character, and that's what they've been doing right along.
Okay, Paul Batista, please give me a different answer. Don't let the second verse be the same as the first.
There is no real point, Nancy, to this meticulous guide that they're preparing. This is all, and I have to agree with Peter, an effort to prove the homicide by her lifestyle, and I find it objectionable.